Hey there, today I'm going to talk about how to start an Edpuzzle class for yourself. So go to login, so click on or type in edpuzzle.com, go to login, I'm a teacher, and then I click Google and it should pop up. And of course, if you don't already have um, your password in there, then you'll have to type your password. I'm also a student. I've gone through the Edpuzzle training, so I went through as a student just as our students would as well. So what I'm going to have you do is I want you to look at, um, you won't have any classes here. I have all my Algebra 2 classes. I have my AP Calc class, and I just uploaded my advisory class. So what you want to do is if you have a Google Classroom, click on import from Google Classroom. I created a class right here. I don't have anyone signed up, but Edpuzzle Fun, and then import, and it'll import all your members. So you go to members. Oop, I'm on my advisory. So click on members, and that's where it'll be. Again, here's my little baby advisories. I've never done anything with them on here, but I have my 17 freshmen are on here. If they had assignments, this is where it would be. So import from your Google Classroom, super fast, nice and easy. It will do it for you. So here's my calculus class this year. And then you can see assignments, and I've actually archived a couple, so there's some down here. But what Edpuzzle is really great on is we did this slope fields, and it was a day that we had a curriculum meeting at ASC, and I was going to be gone. So I created a video for them to watch, and I uploaded it into Edpuzzle. And then with that, I gave them a couple questions. So the cool thing about it is I can go in, I could click on the slope field, look at their progress, and I can look at the questions. So this one here, make sure you take notes. This was an open response, which meant that I needed to grade it, and they all just said okay, so they all got 100% on that. This one here, they needed to find all the functions that satisfied this. I believe it was multiple choice, and Edpuzzle graded it for me. Yep, see it said multiple choice, and only 12 out of 17 kids got it correct. This one, again, they did something similar. It was multiple choice, and 15 out of 17. So this was pretty successful over here. This not so much. So when I came back to class, I use this, that these are the ones that we want to go through and make sure that the students know how to do. So I do use that as a formative assessment. Again, as I go through, I'm going to click on one of these students down here. So I have Augie here, and Augie watched the video. It'll show me what time he watched the video at. It was on time. I can see how much of the video he watched. At the beginning, I just said at 1 second, make sure to take notes. He typed okay. I graded it later. He got 100% because he typed something in. He watched a bunch more. At this, which is 27 seconds in, I gave him this question, and then again they had to find the right answer. Edpuzzle graded it for me, and then the third question was at 40 seconds in, and then he got that one right as well. So you can see that. You can go to any of the students and it'll break it down by their percent, and then again, you know, they got one wrong, they got two wrong, etc. So I really do use this as formative for my classes to see, you know, where they're at, what they need to do. For my Algebra 2 classes, we do a lot. I flip the classroom about twice a chapter, and I put the notes on there for them, and then I ask questions about the notes. So then the next day in class, when I want to do some sort of activity with the kids to get them actually practicing the problems, I know where I need more work on for them. So again, um, find a class, import Google Classroom, so all your students will be on there. And then the next thing that you want to do is be able to get some content going. So either create a video and upload it to YouTube, sorry, which you can do, or if you hit the search button here, you can go to any of these down here, click on any of these and see what you want to do. Let's say I go to Khan Academy. I found this video earlier. And then you can click on use it. If you want to use this video, you can do whatever you want with it. There's tons of stuff. You can type what you want. Let's say I want to do slope fields like I had for my calc class, and then it'll say creating a slope field, and you can, you know, look at it first, decide that that's something that you like, and then you can use it or you could copy it. And again, all this YouTube, what I do is I will make a video and I upload it to YouTube, and then I just put my YouTube in here. Actually, on YouTube now, they have a feature where you can actually click on Edpuzzle once you're there. Okay, so I'm in YouTube right now, and I have a whole bunch of videos. So last year I did spend a lot of time going through and making a video for every single section that we do in Algebra 2. A lot of these I've used. Some of them I haven't, but again, they're here. So if I just click on any one of these, I can see that as I go down here, there's this edit with Edpuzzle, which is so super cool. That wasn't like that last year, but this year, again, it is. And I had 142 views on this. Woo! I'm so popular. Okay, so back to Edpuzzle. Again, you can do something on YouTube and copy and paste the link and put it right here and then search, it'll pop up. Or if you're on YouTube itself, you can edit with that Edpuzzle down here. That is a big time saver. Okay, so I am just going to give you something to work on here. So I'm going to go to Khan Academy. We have this short video. I watched it earlier. You can learn anything, okay? So once you're here, the nitty-gritty is you can crop the video. Let's say you don't want some of the things at the beginning. That's fine. You can crop it and just slide these bars in wherever you want it. And then, of course, you can do an audio track and record an audio track, and you'll click the button and it'll record for you. Audio notes, again, you'll do audio notes. I haven't used either of these because I'm using my own video that already has an audio. Actually, I think I have used an audio notes at one point in time, but again, you can use either of these and click on where you want to have a remark there and then do it. I use the quizzes all the time. So the quizzes are the green, and they'll show up here in green. So decide where you want the video to go. So you'll just play a video, decide where you want it. Maybe you want to say, what is the narrator saying in this? So you can have an open-ended question. Open-ended questions are something that you will have to grade. And then there's multiple choice. I usually choose the multiple choice because you can click on which answer is the correct answer. And then, so like, what is Miss Robley's favorite color? Even though that wasn't in the video, let's just pretend it is. And it's either blue or it's red. And again, if red was my favorite color, I'd click on that one. But blue is my favorite color, so we're going to say that. You can add more if you want more multiple choice. There is actually some math things in here. So you math people, here's the math stuff. It works really well. And then you can save. If I wanted to do more on this, I can actually go back. Oops, I'm right here. Sorry. Go back on it. And I want to edit, and I can actually do a two-part question here if I wanted a second question right at this point. I've only used this a few times. Usually I like to spread out the questions so I know that they're paying attention and they're not just randomly letting it play and then hoping that they get full points. Usually it's just that they watched it and then I look at their answers as a formative assessment for myself. So again, you can move this guy wherever you want to and click on the next one, open-ended. This is just a comment. The open-ended ones, again, you will have to go through and grade it yourself. It's actually not too bad to do that. Let's say we say, what is the kid playing with right now? So he is playing with blocks. We can save that and ask him later. this is a cute little video here. And then when you're done doing what you need to do, yes, you can come back if you need to. It usually saves regularly. And then click finish. And then where do you want to assign it? Now, sometimes I make them and I upload them to Edpuzzle, and then I wait until I'm ready to assign them. It really depends on what you want to do. So I'm going to put it on the Edpuzzle Fun. I'm going to have a due date whenever you want the due date or no due date. I do assign my students, and they are assignments, so I do have due dates. With a due date, you're also assigned a time, so I change the time in here. So like the second the class starts, it's due. So they have to watch it before the class starts. I always have students that are trying to watch during class, and when they're watching it during class, well, I can tell because it'll come up as late. So here it is right here, and again, I can assign it. It's under my content, and these are videos that I've assigned in the last couple years. Again, you can see that some of them are with students, so like this one is a copy. No students are assigned to it. These are copies, or these have been assigned. Some of them I used last year, but I didn't need this year just based on how the year went on. So some of them were assigned last year, but not this year. So you can see which ones are assigned this year and which were assigned last year. So hopefully that'll get you started. Once you're into your classes, so again, search, you're looking for videos. My content is all your own content that you have created. My classes is where your classes are. Again, if I pull up like a second hour and I'm looking at the progress, so I'm looking at who did it, you know, whether it's on time or not, and then ignore my so on this one here, I clicked on it, was my 11-3 notes, and I can see if they watched it. So everybody in this class watched it. And then I go to grade. Now, these are the ones I've already graded. So I went through and I clicked on if they had the right answer or not. And I had to do that individually. So it's a little bit of a pain in the butt. Okay, so I went through, clicked on either one of those. And they will hide them if so I asked a question because I wanted to know what did we need to work on Monday when they came back. And I said, what is your biggest question? Some of them didn't have a question, and I, in fact, marked it wrong if they didn't say anything. What is discrete? Okay, that's something I can work with. Finding your expected value. These are all things that I talked about, and then students actually knew, yes, she's actually reading my comments. Some of them I did have time to actually comment back to them, so they got a comment back. So quick grade, again, pretty easy. I do like the multiple choice because it grades its own. But hopefully this will get to a start. And then if you have any questions, feel free to email me.